tossing the initial ball between Romulo Mamaril and Abid Gidabin. This is an almost even matchup, except that Gidabin is giving away an inch in height, and Mamaril had a jump on him, but Gidabin controls the basketball. The initial possession going to the CRISPA Redmanizers. Like I said, they're going for the jugular tonight, the lethal blow. And Atoyko to turn around.
Difficult shot by Atoyko to start off the game. He went baseline, was behind the basket, was still able to get the shot over Francis Arnaiz.
Well, when Atoyko waxes hot this early in the game, that's bad news indeed for Turing Valenzuela. Let's see if he can get some mileage from Francis Arnaiz, Gary Vargas, Romulo Mamaril going up against Abid Gidabin, challenging Gidabin.
It's a good shot by Mamaril that time. They're going to need his offensive production in this ball game.
2-all is the count. We're 40 seconds into the game. And the ball was tapped out of bounds by the Gilbey's Gin Tonics. Philip Cesar inbounding from the baseline. Here's Abid Gidabin working the offensive from that particular corner of his world. And here's Atoyko, his second shot tonight, and it's good likewise.
Well, Atoy has the height advantage over Francis Arnaiz. It looks like the CRISPA team, they're going to exploit that height advantage right from the very beginning.
Well, there's the championship limb in their eyes, Norman, and I think they're out for blood tonight. Unproductive thrust by the Gin Tonics. Atoyko fields an outlet pass, and he bangs in his third consecutive goal.
Yes, good pass coming from Philip Cesar. The CRISPA Redmanizers look like they mean business here tonight.
They mean business. They're out to mangle the Gilbey's Gin Tonics come what may. Happily shot from outside, taken by Francis Arnaiz. Bernie Fabiosa boxing it up from the rebound, and here's Atoyko. He pulls up. Four consecutive shots by Atoy.
Atoyko has been red hot for this entire series, Joey. I think he wants to go out with a bang.
Yes, indeed. Well, the Gilbey's Gin Tonics will really have to muster everything they have and then some to thwart the specter here of utter humiliation. A foul by Atoyko. Gidabin contesting possession with Romulo Mamaril, and Romulo steps on the baseline. The score, 8-2, CRISPA favor. The backcourt partners for the Redmanizers are Bernie Fabiosa playing point. Of course, the off guard, the shooting guard is Atoyko, and what a shooting guard he's been. Vadim Israel gets it right back to Atoyko. They're going to the hot man. They're tightening up on Atoy now.
5 for 5, Joe. Atoyko is putting on his show to start off this ball game.
What a magnificent show being displayed here by Atoyko, a former MVP, certainly one of the living institutions in the PBA League. Here's Steve Watson, fast gaining a stature of a superstar, and they lose it to the baseline. That was a big blast by the Redmanizers to open hostilities in this game. Francis Arnaiz got a foul from Bernie Fabiosa.
Good move that time by Francis. He sees that his team is not getting off to a good start, so he fishes a foul from Bernie Fabiosa.
They're going to need a lot of point mileage from Francis Arnaiz. They're going to need all the three-point shots he's got in his armory, too. Right now, he's taking it from the stripe, one at a time. So it's a 10-4 score. CRISPA up by 6, 9:39 left the first quarter. Atoyko. Well, take that fancy pass to Abid Gidabin, who fails to, no, Vadim Israel fails to come through at point-blank range. Herrera ripping the lane. The pass intended for Gary Vargas goes off the floor.
Yes, it's going to be out of bounds off of Gary Vargas. It's going to be CRISPA's basketball. Good pass from Atoyko behind the back.
Well, the CRISPA fanatics in the audience tonight have come for a big celebration, and the Redmanizers are not about to let them down. That's Abid Gidabin coming through with his first basket tonight. Certainly won't be the last. The way he's been shooting lately, he might as well be with the Harlem Globetrotters, too. 12-4 is the count, an 8-point lead for CRISPA, looking for their fourth consecutive title in 1.5 years. Romulo Mamaril gets it over to Arnaiz, and in the background you can hear the girlish voices of the Gilbey's Dream Girls asking, no, those were not the Gilbey's Dream Girls, they were asking for defense. All right, Philip Cesar against Steve Watson. He was straddling the three-point line. Academic Israel at point-blank range.
Well, the CRISPA team, they're shooting a very high percentage right now. They're making almost all of their shots. That's why they're up by 12 points. Well,
actually 8.
Yes, it's now 8 points. Yes. Romy Mamaril puts up a jump shot from the baseline. He misses. Atoyko for long pass to Philip Cesar.
What looked like it was going to be a piece of cake for Philip Cesar turned out to be a very smart foul on the part of Joseph Herrera. So Cesar will have to get his 2 points the hard way. Take a look at that last piece of action in slow-mo again. What you're actually hearing in the background is a group somewhere in the lower box section. I cannot spot them yet.
You can hear them. You can definitely hear them.
Philip Cesar comes through with his second charity for his first point of the evening. It's 15-6, a 9-point advantage for the Redmonizers. Time down to 8 minutes and 19 in the first quarter. Well, like you said, Norman, the Gin Tonics have to play slow if they want to stay in this game.
They're going to have to make some penetration to the hoop, too. Right now, they're living off of the outside shot. Good pass by Gudabin and Philip Cesar for the easy two. You can see on one end, the Gilbey's is taking outside shots, really difficult shots. The CRISPA Redmonizers, they're getting pretty easy shots.
The Gin Tonics defense is completely flat-footed that time. Steve Watson comes through with one of his rifle shots. 17-8. Still a 9-point lead for the CRISPA Redmonizers. Fabiosa gets it over to Padim Israel upon request of Padim. And here's Abed Gidabin. Good passing play by the Redmonizers. Credit that assist to Israel.
Mamaril did not see the ball in the man that time. If he had just had a little bit of his eye on the ball, he could have intercepted that pass.
The Gin Tonics refusing to fall right into the running game trap being laid out for them by the CRISPA Redmonizers. Going to Watson for those outside shots. 19-18 is still to count. 11-point advantage for CRISPA. Israel moving the ball to the right side. Fabiosa, top of the key versus Francis Arnaiz. Atoico jockeying for position. The ball bouncing off the foot of Steve Watson. It's going to be inbound for the CRISPA Redmonizers.
Well, Atoico is going to be called for a 3-second violation before that kickball, so it's going to be Gilbey's basketball. Nobody's picking up Steve Watson. He's going to go to the hoop for 2.
Well, the players have to be fast to catch the referee's calls because that time the Redmonizers didn't know what was going on. They were not able to fall back on defense. Call from the 3-point region. Yes, sir. Wow, Atoico is doing practically everything tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes up with a 5-point shot, too. Herrera misses from top of the key, and Abed Gidabin, look at the big guy dribbling the ball.
Well, he needs to get it to Bernie Fabiosa. He's the guard on the team. Bernie has tipped the 3-point shot. It rims out.
22-10, a dozen-point lead for the Redmonizers. Herrera with a fancy back pass to Steve Watson, who traveled very, very obviously that time. The Gin Tonics just have to get their act together. Well, the spiritual leadership being provided by Sonny Jaworski is definitely being missed sorely by the Gins. That foul is going to go against Romulo Mamaril, although Abed Gidabin also had a sweeping motion with his left arm.
Yes, either player could have been called for the foul, but they called the first foul, which was on Mamaril. Abed Gidabin did swing his arms that time.
Bernie Fabiosa working on a pick set up for him by Abed Gidabin, and he doesn't get the shooter's bounce. Francis Arnaiz controlling the rebound for the Gin Tonics, and he tells his teammates, we're going to slow it down, fellas. We're going to work at this very methodically, and nothing can draw us into a running gun game with these guys who will eat us alive if we do it. Francis does it very gingerly.
Well, Francis makes that shot look very easy, but it's not a very easy shot to hit a finger roll from about 5 feet away from the basket.
He's definitely made an art of that trick. Atoico himself off balance comes through with his 15th point of the evening.
And he's now 7 for 7 here tonight. He's blazing hot.
He can't burn any hotter than he is right now. Otherwise, he'll send this Coliseum up in flames. 24-12.
The problem the Gin Tonics are having right now is they're trying to match those shots that Atoico are taking and his teammates are taking as Bernie Fabiosa runs through the lane for about a 10-footer off the backboard.
A blazing start here by the CRISPA Redmonizers. They're up by 14. But then that's not to say they've got this game in their pockets already. An open shot there by Gary Vargas. So it's 26-14. You will recall how in the last game, Norman, the Gin Tonics practically came back from the grave after about a 14-point deficit at halftime. Unproductive thrust there by the Redmonizers. One time the Gin Tonics ran the break and they blew it too. We've got a timeout. We'll be right back. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left the first quarter. CRISPA enjoying a commanding 12-point lead this early in the game. And here's Bernie Fabiosa getting it over to Padim Israel. He pulls up against Francis Arnaiz and makes it from the 15-foot line.
Gary Vargas tried to overplay that time. He got burned when Padim came back and hit the jump shot.
Gary Vargas now in the left quarter court against Philip Cesar. A nice trying to jockey for position against Bernie Fabiosa. Gets it from Steve Watson. The Gin Tonics look very listless at this point. Their team captain, Alex Larillo, is also on the floor. A miss from the corner by Francis Arnaiz. A third effort by Watson. Finally got the ball in, but is it counted?
Yes, it's going to count. He's going to go to the line for the slam. Even though the Gilbey's team, they're down right now, they're really fighting hard to get those offensive rebounds.
And allow me to grab this opportunity to issue some plugs, which we may not be able to get in view of the terrific, blistering pace this game is assuming. Well, for old-time favorites and new food ideas, come and visit Doña Nena's Spanish Cuisine restaurant along Anza Street, corner Makati Avenue.
Joe, that foul on Steve Watson was by Atoy Ko. That's going to be his second foul.
And it's the 13th foul for CRISPA against 2 for the Gin Tonics. Bernie Fabiosa went into position to receive the pass from Philip Cesar and got fouled from behind by Francis Arnaiz. The first personal for Francis, the third team foul for GILBEY'S, matching. And that was Gary Vargas who stopped the shot in midair.
Good block by Gary Vargas to come over from the help side that time. Steve Watson comes back with an 18-footer. He misses the shot. Udabin comes down with the rebound.
Philip coming through with his 5th point, and he's going to go to the line for a grand slam. The foul was called on Watson. The score, 30 for CRISPA, 17 for Philip Cesar, playing one of his finest championship series. Oh, I see Sonny Jaworski now. Maybe later on we can focus on him. Mr. Romano, he's in civvies, definitely. He will not be playing tonight. Sonny Jaworski's on the bench, yelling out instructions to his teammates, but he cannot play, that's for sure. So the score is 32-17, 15-point lead for the Redmonizers. Francis Arnaiz, top of the key versus Bernie Fabiosa. Gary Vargas misses off Philip Cesar, and Padim Israel hauls down the rebound for the Redmonizers.
Well, the Gilbey's team, they're trying to do everything from the outside. Atoy Ko is going to miss his first shot that time.
Exactly. Clarinha was responsible for that miss by Atoy Ko. Well, how can you shoot over those broad shoulders?
The Gilbey's team, they need some penetration. Here comes Francis. He's going to go all the way to the hoop and be fouled by Padim.
And that last foul by Padim Israel is not going to help their cause one bit. We've got a timeout before the foul shot. We'll be right back. Well, a few seconds earlier, Francis Arnaiz got his grand slam to make it 32-20, a dozen-point lead for the Redmonizers. 2:34 left in the first quarter. Atoy Ko goes into an open position. He strikes. A 14-point lead for the Redmonizers. Atoy Ko blazing hot. He's missed only one of 8 attempts he's taken so far.
Well, Joey Marquez is going to be called for traveling that time. If he tried to make his move to the hoop, it'll be CRISPA's basketball.
Bernie Fabiosa working the ball to the right side of the CRISPA court. He gets a pick from Philip Cesar. He fires the pass intended for Atoy Ko. A couple of Gin Tonics got in the way. Here's Alex Larillo scooting down court for GILBEY'S. Watson.
Well, that was a bunny hop that time. He hopped before he let go of the pass. CRISPA comes right back with Philip Cesar going off the backboard. He's going to miss the shot, but it's going to be out of bounds off of Padim.
That last shot by Philip Cesar was too wide off the glass. And Steve Watson is going to be placed in the freezer by Turing Valenzuela. They haven't been getting too much points mileage out of him from his long toms, so he's being replaced. The ball game for the first time.
Yes, and Villamin comes in. Philip Cesar goes out for the CRISPA team.
Quarterbacking for the Gin Tonics now. Francis Arnaiz playing point guard. Alex Larillo, the team skipper, is the off guard. Bernie Fabiosa sends the ball out of bounds.
The CRISPA team, they're playing with a lot of intensity right now on defense. They're really hustling.
Arnaiz fires from the corner and misses. And the Redmonizers wanting to break again. Fabiosa gets it over.
Oh, what a pass by Bernie Fabiosa. Unbelievable, Joe, between his legs. That's a play for the highlight film.
If I didn't see it, I wouldn't have believed it, Norman. Ed Duguid gets it over to Alex Larillo. He jumps from top of the key. Yes, sir. It's the Gin Tonics. Duguid. Great defensive work by Yoyo Villamin twice in a row.
Well, Duguid is hollering for a foul. He's going to get the foul. Atoy Ko gets his third foul. That might have been the best thing that could happen to the Gilbey's team. Atoy will have to go out of the game now. Willie Pearson comes in. But Ed Duca should have just laid the basketball up, Joe. He tried to dunk it. Instead, Villamin came over for the good block.
And Villamin did that block twice, too. So it's 36-24. Time down to 40 seconds. Still a dozen-point lead for the Redmanizers. Bernie Fabiosa. Top of the key action here. Patim Israel works it over to Willie Pearson. Patim tries to pierce that barricade erected around the lane by the Gin Tonics. Got a foul instead.
Well,
Ed Duca.
Yes, Ed Duca's going to get his first foul as Gudabin's trying to move across the lane, and Ed Duca is trying to... Oh, well, Gudabin's going to get an injury timeout right now as he's leaning up against the basket support.
I think he's terribly winded, Norman. Well, he's got a few seconds left in his injury timeout before play resumes. Patim Israel is waiting out of bounds in the sideline to throw the ball in. By the way, we're going to have our Magnolia Chocolate Best Player of the Game awarding right after this match. Bernie Fabiosa tries a birdie and misses. Marquez pulls it down for Gilbey's. Time left, 19 seconds in the first period. Arnaiz quickly working the ball over to Rod Pasco. He pump fakes, drives, cups out, gives it over to Ed Duca. One more time around the block, but they're running out of time. Only 7 seconds left. Marquez misses on a 15-footer, and Gidabin. Ball as the horn sounds the end of the first quarter. CRISPA ahead by 12. We'll be right back. The Gin Tonics are launching their offensive. They're down by 12 points. Joey Marquez has it against Patim Israel. Clarinha trying to set up a pick for him. Instead, he works it up very agonizingly, and consequently, he loses the ball. Threatening and menacing as always. Jump shot by Patim Israel. Pearson misses twice on a follow-up. Benjamin keeps it alive, misses on a reverse lay. For the Gin Tonics.
A good hustle. Hit in the face. Joey Marquez comes back for the 2 points. Willie Pearson looks a little hurt. He's holding his mouth.
36-26, despite that 10-point lead, which may seem rather big at this point, back in the contest. Well, the pivotal point there was, of course, the sidelining of Atoy Ko on 3 fouls.
Well, Gudabin probably thought he should have made that shot. Instead, he missed it. He tried to follow up. He gets the foul. He's going to leave the ball game. Philip Cesar has checked back in for the CRISPA team.
Willie Henry is going to play the role of floor manager for the Gin Tonics at this point, with Francis Arnaiz sitting it out. Alex Larino against Willie Pearson, the VIP of the CRISPA squad. A very important Pearson, and we've got a foul spotted away from the ball by... No foul, I'm sorry.
Well, it's an illegal zone call against the CRISPA team on Patim Israel. Next time it'll be a technical foul if it's called again on CRISPA.
Mike Cristobal is guarding Willie Henry-Wala. What a mismatch we've got here. And Joey Marquez is picked up by Mike Cristobal now. Got in his 2 points just the same. 36-28. The Gin Tonics slowly nibbling away at that CRISPA lead, which once stood at 14 or 16. Now it's down to only 8. CRISPA needs a basket here in a hurry. They've got only 12 seconds in their shot clock. Willie Pearson comes to Patim Israel. Joey Marquez boxing out Alex Villamin and hauling down the rebound for Gilbey's. What a great pass there by Willie Henry-Wala. Marquez saving it from going into the backcourt.
Good save by Pasco that time. Marquez comes back.
So the CRISPA lead is down to only 6 markers. By Cristobal to Patim Israel. Overhead pass to Yoyo Villamin. No harm, no foul, says the ref. Willie Henry-Wala looking a bit tuckered out despite the fact that he's been on the floor for only a couple of minutes. Well, it's going to be a tall order dealing with Mike Cristobal. Here's Alex. Alex Larillo is playing the role of an unlikely shooter for the Gilbey's Gin Tonics at this point of the game, and that's him committing the foul on the CRISPA side of the floor. Only his first personal, likewise the first team foul for Gilbey's in the second quarter. Jimmy Javier is going to be dispatched to the fray by Bernie Bernardo in place of Patim Israel. Mike Cristobal inbounding from the left sideline. Philip Cesar is picked up by Ed Dugot. It's Jimmy Javier taking on Joey Marquez. The inside pass to Yoyo Villamin again draws the referee's whistle.
Oh, so that foul's going to go on Pasco as he was trying to defend against Villamin cutting across the lane. That'll be his first foul. Villamin has a lot of weight advantage over Pasco.
9:18 remaining before the halftime break. Cristobal Going to Philip Cesar. Low posting against Joey Marquez. Great block by Joey Marquez. Willie Pearson comes to the rescue.
Oh, what a block by Marquez that time as he put it right back into Cesar's face for Willie Pearson.
Marquez literally rammed that ball down the throat of Philip Cesar and was Philip a little red in the face.
Yes, you normally see Philip doing that to people.
You're right. He got a dose of his own medicine. Rod Pasco fakes, moves in the two-point area against Yo-Yo Villamin. He fires on a fadeaway. Got it.
For the guys coming off the bench for this Gilbey's team, they're coming out here and they're performing well. They don't want to go down here tonight and have this championship series end.
A few seconds back, you've got a flitting beside Chino Martinez, and a great steal perpetrated by Rod Pasco. Counter steal by Pearson. Counter steal by Willie General. Marquez misses at point-blank range.
Good hustle by Javier that time as he got back to defend against. That's going to be his first foul. It's going to be Gilbey's third team foul compared to one for the CRISPA team.
It's just a 6-point lead here for the Redmanizers. Them a birdie. And Dr. Ting Cruz authoritatively halts play.
Yes, that's going to be on Ed Dukas. He was trying to protect the middle that time. He's called for the foul. That will be his second.
Well, if this game is getting you all tens, why not relax and come down with a bottle of Andy Player Special Whiskey. Whether you're alone or in the company of some friends, Andy Player would add just the right touch to a great... The real whiskey.
Yes, it's going to be on Clarinio. He's trying to play Willie Pearson. Pearson is a little bit quicker than him, and he's using that quickness to get open.
34 for a long spell. Now Pearson is unable to break the silence of the Redmanizers. Cesar picks up the garbage. It's still garbage. Loose ball foul spotted by Dr. Cruz again.
And Willie General is down here in his front court. He should be back here trying to get a rebound because the Gilbey's Gin Tonics, they're getting out rebounded. They can't seem to get a defensive rebound.
That's right. The Redmanizers have been controlling both boards. Cristobal. Nope. And Mamaril finally pulls it down for the Gin Tonics. Mamaril had been there for a long time. He was very inconspicuous until he pulled down that rebound. That's one way to assert his ceiling, and he's got the highest ceiling of them all at 6'6". Some say he's even 6'7". And allowed the shortest guy fails with an 18-footer. There's the baseball pitch to Philip Cesar. Is it going to be a home run? It's not.
Well, Mamaril is going to get the foul this time as Javier beat him down the court, got the offensive rebound. Good defense by Joey Marquez to help stop the shot by Philip Cesar. That's going to be Mamaril's third foul.
And the 17th foul for the Gin Tonics. That's going to put them into foul trouble with a good 7 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second quarter. That is a very unwelcome development for Turing Valenzuela. Philip Cesar, all they got to do now is go on fishing expeditions and get their points from the stripe. In the meantime, Mike Cristobal misses from the corner.
And Joey Marquez comes down for another rebound, and he's been strong off the boards.
Alex Clarinio and Willie General alternating in the matter of playing court general. Pasco puts it up. Yes, sir. 40-36, just a 4-point lead for the Redmanizers. They've been nailed down to 40 points for a good many minutes now. Yo-Yo Villamin. All of a sudden, the CRISPA guns went silent. Cristobal finally breaks the silence.
Good nonchalant pass by Villamin that time to Cristobal for the 2-point. He was running away and passed it back to Cristobal.
It's back to a 6-point advantage for the Redmanizers. Here's Romulo Mamaril working one-on-one against Jimmy Javier. The pass back from Alex Clarinio to Romulo Mamaril went awry in favor of the Redmanizers.
Well, Mamaril's getting the ball in the low post. He's not making his move, and his teammates are not cutting to the hoop. That's why he was called for that turnover that time.
Nevertheless, the Gin Tonics are definitely back in the game. They're trailing by only 6 points at this point. There's a lob pass by Cristobal, was very clearly taking steps on his approach to the basket. Turnover for the Gilbey's Gin Tonics. Alex Clarinio had a tete-a-tete with Turing Valenzuela. Forgot he was playing on the floor. Willie General had to summon him back into the fray. They're working out another slow break pattern here. Romulo Mamaril once again blew a pass intended for Joey Marquez. Rod Pasco keeps it alive, but the ball is taken out of his hands by Jimmy Javier. Here's Willie Pearson. He's going to take it from 15. Got it. 44-36, 8-point lead for the Redmanizers. This is a counterinsurgency rally. being mounted by the CRISPA Redmonizers. They led by as much as 14 points at one time. And here's a fadeaway by Alex Marquez, Joey Marquez, I should say. He misses. And the familiar Christmas break is once again being fashioned. Here's Pearson. Cesar fails with his stop in. Cristobal keeps it alive. And the ball was last touched by Rod Pasco. And we've got Cristobal coming right back into the fray along with Atoico. And we shall return after this timeout. With 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter, the hitman is back in town. And I'm referring to Atoico.
Joey Marquez, the winning header allowed, is blocked by Willie Pearson, but he's going to be called for the foul. That time Willie could have just given a pass off to Pasco for the easy two, but instead he took it himself, so he'll still get 2 foul shots.
That's right. CRISPA has held its team fouls to only 2, but that foul was committed in the act of shooting, or rather Willie Henry was going to be given continuation. Now let's take a look at that last piece of action again in slow-mo.
Yes, you see Pasco there. He could have gotten the pass. Instead, Willie misses his first foul shot. He'll have another attempt.
And at this point, we'd like to pause for a few seconds to allow our provincial stations to identify themselves. All righty. Right now, we'd like to say hello to all our televiewers in Dipolog City. That's Palos Country. Puts in a basket for CRISPA. It's back to a 9-point lead for the Redmonizers, looking for their 4th consecutive title, their 6th All-Filipino crown, and their 3rd. Dr. Ting Cruz halts hostilities on a tap out, and Jimmy Javier is replaced by Abid Gidabin.
And Villamin has really come into his own, Joe, in this for the CRISPA team. He's been very consistent every night.
Well, if he had found himself in another team, he'd probably playing the role of Abi King for the Gold Eagles. 46-37, a 9-point lead for the Redmonizers after that unproductive toss by Gilbey's. Gidabin goes up against Mamaril. Nothing Mamaril could do to stop that.
Yes, Mamaril was lucky he did not get his 4th foul on that play as there was a little bit of contact.
48-37. CRISPA with a 9-point balloon. And here's Marquez firing inside heavy traffic. And Abid Gidabin controlling the defensive board. Atoico scooting down court. The long forward pass to Willie Pearson, who pulls up. Hook pass to Villamin. Philip Cesar. What a beautiful passing play by the Redmonizers. Very unselfish.
Great passing by the CRISPA team that time. Like you said, very unselfish play. They look for the open man.
And it's back to a 13-point marker for the Redmonizers. Willie Henry, the hard-pressed Gilbey's gin tonic. In this playoff series, they have to win tonight to stay alive.
Yes, Villamin is going to get that foul as Joey Marquez had better position.
And here's a guy we haven't...
Well, Hakutin's going to report into the game along with Steve Watson. Marquez and Pasco are going to go out.
Jack Palance Hakutin is back in the game. We haven't seen him for a long time. Willie Henry against Willie Pearson is giving away a full head here, but certainly nothing in guts. Hakutin puts up his first shot and misses.
Well, somebody better get back on defense as Willie Pearson has gone long. Willie Henry does get back.
Defensive duel displayed by Willie Henry. Albert Clarino fails to cash in. Romulo Mamaril looked very ungainly in that piece of action. He looked very awkward going after the ball. And we've got a timeout. We'll be right back. 50-37 is the count as we move to the last 3 minutes of this game, or a shade under 3 minutes, to be exact, 2:55. The Redmonizers on the attack. Manning the backcourt with Atoico is Willie Pearson, and that's Steve Watson meeting Atoico up. Cole, very much breathing room. He's shown that he came out for blood tonight. Missed only 2 of his shots out of 11 taken. Abid Gidabin gets spoiled by Romulo Mamaril.
Yes, Mamaril threw that back into Gidabin that time. Good block shot. Gilbey's team, they cannot fast break, so they're going to set up a play.
But they need a lot of points in a hurry. Baseline drive by Jack Hakutin. Oh, he missed a very golden opportunity there. His second effort, however, drew a foul from Philip Cesar.
That probably playing that much. See, but he did get the foul.
This guy is literally cold from the bench. Gary Vargas goes to position for the 15-footer, and it's offline. Yoyo Villamin controlling the defensive rebound. And here is Atoico moving very authoritatively down court. A fadeaway by Philip Cesar off the glass is no good. Steve Watson boxing out Willie Pearson from the rebound. And here is Francis Arnaiz streaking down court, going up against Yoyo Villamin. He misses a bank shot, too. And Abid Gidabin's rebound draws a foul from Jack Hakutin. Only the first personal for Jacacutin, but it had dire consequences since they're over the limit. Abed Gidabin will go to the stripe. Opportunity here for last year's MVP to make it a more impressive lead for the Redmanizers. It's been a roller coaster game so far for the Gilbey's Gin Tonics. They rebounded already from that 14-point deficit, slapped on their faces earlier by the Redmanizers, but now they allow the Redmanizers to rampage all over them again, and that's Abed Gidabin giving them a more impressive lead than they had in the first quarter, a 15-pointer.
Well, what happens, Joe, is the fact that when they try to get back into the game, they expend so much energy that they have a little letdown once they catch up.
That's true, too. While the Redmanizers are just going on a lark, it seems.
Seems like since Atoiko came back in the game, too, the CRISPA has really picked up their game again.
Definitely. Jacacutin got a good pass from Romulo Mamaril on 2 offensive rebounds. Hakutin finally comes through.
Yes, Hakutin did not give up. He stayed in there, got the offensive rebound, got the 2 points. Here comes Willie Pearson on the other end. He goes strong over Mamaril, but he misses the shot.
Any points tonight. That was a good steal, however, by Willie, and a foul by Francis Arnaiz.
No foul called. No foul called. Willie goes in for the dunk shot.
I thought I heard a whistle somewhere.
Arnaiz tried to intentionally foul Willie Pearson, but no foul was called.
Well, it's back to a 15-point lead for the Redmanizers, 54-39. Francis Arnaiz lingering the 3-point zone. Back into the 2-point territory. Got it.
Joe, because they were falling out of this game. They're now down by 13. Long pass to Gidabin is good for 2 points.
Ain't no way the Gin Tonic can get back into this game if they keep allowing retaliations like that from the Redmanizers. They have to fall back, rotate back on defense. Francis Arnaiz rips the middle.
Yes, they need more of that. They need somebody to penetrate that lane. And if they cover up, they need somebody to dish off those assist passes.
30 seconds left in the game clock for the first half. Good steal by Romulo Mamaril. Counter steal by Willie Pearson. 22 seconds. CRISPA can waste the time away and go for the last shot. Gidabin puts it up. Yes, sir.
But there's still 30. It's the last shot of the half.
58-43. That's a 15-point deficit for the Gin Tonics. Arnaiz gives it to Gary Vargas, who outsmarts Philip Cesar and gets his bank shot. Game number 5, the crucial, the pivotal match here, which could earn the CRISPA Redmanizers the crown outright if they pull up a victory here. Finds the Redmanizers ahead by 13, 58 to Gilbey's 45. We'll be back with a breakdown of those scores right after these reminders.